I accidentally sent my I quit email before actually quitting. So I really outdid myself this time. I might have just ended my career in the dumbest way possible. Work has been stressing me out for months. My boss, let's call him Todd, has been dumping more and more projects on me, and I was getting real close to snapping. Today, after another painful meeting where he kept saying stuff like, "Let's circle back and take initiative," I decided to vent. I wrote a long, frustrated email to my friend, basically complaining about everything. Todd's micromanaging, how overworked I felt, and how I was definitely quitting soon. I even joked about launching my laptop into the sun if I heard Synergy one more time. Then I hit send. Except I didn't send it to my friend, I sent it to Todd. I realized it the second my screen refreshed. I just sat there, staring at my computer, completely frozen. My brain was screaming. My heart stopped. My soul left my body. I clicked around frantically, hoping there was an undo button, but nope. The damage was done. Then the worst part, Todd's reply popped up. "Let's set up a meeting to discuss this." I think I blacked out for a second. Now I'm sitting here updating my resume and panic-eating chips, waiting for this meeting. Maybe I'll get fired. Maybe I'll get a raise. Who knows? Either way, I'm never trusting my email again. I tried to be a good neighbor. Now I might be an accomplice to a crime. I was just trying to be a decent human being. That's all. But now I'm sitting here wondering if I need to move and assume a new identity. It all started when I saw my elderly neighbor struggling to take out his trash. He's one of those old guys who's both sweet and terrifying, feeds the stray cats, yells at kids for existing too loudly, always wears the same cardigan no matter the weather. You get the vibe. So being the kind-hearted fool that I am, I ran over and said, "Let me get that for you." He gave me a look like I just declared myself the king of garbage. But after a few seconds of staring into my soul, he nodded and let go of the bag. That's when I realized something was off. The bag was heavy. Like, "What do you have in here, bricks?" Heavy. I even joked, "Dang, what did you do? Hide a body in this thing?" Expecting a chuckle. Nothing. No laugh. No smirk. Just a deadpan stare that lasted way too long. Now, a normal person would take that as a cue to shut up and walk away. But I? No, my survival instincts are non-existent. So instead of minding my business, I decided to go full hero mode and just hurl the bag into the dumpster like an idiot. And that's when everything went sideways. My neighbor suddenly panicked. Like actual, "Oh no, I just got caught" panic. He shuffled over as fast as his old man legs would let him, stared into the dumpster like it had just swallowed his firstborn, and mumbled something under his breath. Then he turned to me, eyes wide, and said, "You weren't supposed to do that." "Excuse me." "What?" "It's trash, right? That's where trash goes?" "What do you mean I wasn't supposed to do that?" I started sweating. My brain was screaming at me to run, but my feet were glued to the pavement. I was about to ask what the hell was in that bag when he cut me off with an even worse sentence. "You need to get it back." "Sir, I do not need to get anything back. I need to go home and pretend I never existed." But he just stared at me. And at that moment, I became 100% convinced that if I refused, I'd end up as the next mystery item in a trash bag. So like an absolute moron, I sighed, rolled up my sleeves, and climbed into the dumpster. I do not wish to relive what I found in there. It was a collection of smells and textures that have permanently scarred me. A passing jogger locked eyes with me in the middle of my trash diving mission, and I could feel their judgment. Finally, I found the bag. I grabbed it, climbed out, and handed it back to my neighbor, fully expecting him to open it and reveal a pile of stolen gold bars, or at the very least, 40 pounds of expired cat food. Instead, he just gave me a slow nod. No explanation, no thanks, just a nod. Then he turned around and waddled back into his house. I have so many questions. What was in that bag? Why couldn't it be thrown away? Did I just cover up a crime? Am I legally required to report this? All I know is I'm locking my doors tonight. I challenged a staircase to a deathmatch and lost. Miserably, I don't know what part of my brain thought this was a good idea, but clearly I need a refund on my decision-making skills. So I work in a completely unremarkable office building, just your standard corporate soul drainer, where the most exciting thing that happens is the occasional free donut in the break room. Today, however, the universe decided to spice things up because the elevators were broken. And of course, I had to get to the 25th floor. Now, any sane person would have just gone home, or at least waited it out. But no, not me. My dumb brain went, no big deal. I'm an adult. I have legs. I walk all the time. How hard can it be? I now know the answer. Very, very hard. The first 5 floors? Easy. I was feeling powerful, taking 2 steps at a time like some kind of Olympic stair climbing champion. By floor 10, I was breathing a little heavier, but still feeling good. I even passed some guy coming down the stairs and gave him a cool little nod like, yeah, I do this all the time, buddy. By floor 15, reality hit me like a brick to the face. My thighs were on fire. My vision, blurry. I was sweating like a man who had just sprinted through the desert in a full winter coat. But did I stop? Number because I am a stubborn idiot. By floor 20, my legs had fully stopped working. Like, I'm not sure they were even attached to my body anymore. My soul, gone. My will to live, fading. At some point, I swear I had an out-of-body experience where I watched myself crawling up the stairs like a tragic figure from Greek mythology. At floor 22, I had what can only be described as a spiritual awakening. I seriously considered just laying down and accepting my fate. Maybe this was how I was meant to go. Maybe my co-workers would just have to work around my lifeless body. Then I heard footsteps behind me. 2 interns, fresh-faced, full of life, walking normally like they weren't even aware of the war I was fighting. I could not let them see me like this. Not like this. So I straightened up, wiped my sweaty forehead, and tried to act normal. Except I was so not normal. I probably looked like I was actively dying while desperately trying to pretend I wasn't. The interns walked past me, talking about their weekend plans, while I was using 100% of my brain power just to stay upright. Finally, floor 25. I kicked open the stairwell door like I had just escaped a burning building. My co-worker, who had taken the elevator before it broke, looked at me, squinted, and went, "Dude, why are you dripping?" I had no answer. I just collapsed into my chair and started contemplating every life choice that had led me to this moment. Which story shocked you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know if you've ever made a massive mistake like one of these. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on new crazy stories.